So the tier list, chat, disclaimer, okay? When you make a tier list, most of the time people make a tier list and they're like, it's just my opinion, so it doesn't matter. So why make a tier list if it's your opinion? It doesn't matter. But I think you can still make a tier list, like an objective tier list. I think it's still possible to be quite objective with the tier list in terms of overall value of a character, not necessarily like pure strength, like in terms of like pure numbers. I think it's possible to be objective as well with in terms of pure numbers, but there's always going to be some like differences between people and opinions, of course, but I think you can make like something overall accurate, so I'll try my best to do that. Okay, chat, let's go. We're gonna start from the top, okay? We're gonna start from the top. All you need to 36 star, okay? Those characters, if you have those characters on your account, chats, you are pretty much able to 36 star the Abyss until the end of the game, okay? Raiden. I'm blind. Chat, I'm blind. Help. Help. I can't see. Nahida right there. Oh, Kazuha right there. Okay, if you got those three already, it's pretty good. You want Bennett, of course. Where's Benny Boy? Where's Benny Boy?
A few moments later.
Bennett. Alright. I'm not going to talk about high investment or low investment in general. I'm just talking about if the character is built. If the character is built, it's good. I don't know if I put Yelan in the top, in the first line, honestly. Because like, if I put Yelan, I put Xingqiu. If I put Xingqiu, I don't really need to put Yelan, and most people will have Xingqiu over Yelan. So I think Kuki, though. I think there's an argument for Kuki to be at the top. If you don't have Raiden, you can just have Kuki, and she's pretty much at the top. Like, Raiden's always insane. You can play her in Hyper Bloom, but you can also play her in Rational. You can play her in Aggravate. If you have Kazuha, if you have Sucrose, like, she's gonna perform pretty well. If Xingqiu is in S tier, Yelan ultimately go S tier as well. I'll put Yelan here as well. I mean, everyone has Shengling, so... do I put Freeze Team, though? Do I put Freeze Team or National and Hyper Bloom is enough? I feel like National and Hyper Bloom is enough to 36, honestly. Freeze in second line? Yeah, I think Freeze in second line. I think if you have National and Hyper Bloom, it's free pretty much. Like in the current Abyss and on the previous and almost all the previous Abysses, Hyper Bloom, National, and then it's pretty much free. Hyper Bloom, National, Hyper Bloom, Rational, HGG. I mean, most freeze characters in the second. So Ganyu, Ayaka, very good in general. Hutao, very good in general. I think Kokomi, I'll put her in good in most situations. Because, like, she's very good in freeze. She's very good in blue. But other than that, she's like good hydro unit, good healer. But she's not, like, insane. She's not a must pull. Ayaka, Ganyu, I would still consider a must pull. But I would put the other ones that I put in first line over them, of course. Haitham, I'll put him here as well, yeah, of course. What about Hyper Bloom? Kokomi in Hyper Bloom is okay, but the problem of Kokomi in Hyper Bloom is that her Hydro app, she either have to be on field, or if she's not on field, her Hydro app, you can't move it and stuff, so... I don't think I'm ranking in the ranks, in between the ranks, like, within the ranks. I'm just putting them like that, like, I mean, yeah, I don't think it's worth ranking within the ranks. Maybe I could put Fischl in the first tier as well. Actually, I think Fischl here makes sense. If you don't have Kuki, Raiden, I did Fischl Hyper Bloom in the past on some viewers' account. Very good. Sucrose as well. Probably there. If you don't have Kazuha, she can still like be one of the best. I mean, she's definitely one of the best in Emo. I think Tighnari is a very good unit, but not very good in general. When Dendro works, like when Dendro's single target works, he deals a lot of damage, but I feel like in general he doesn't perform like super well in some situations, so I'll put him in good in most situations. I think I put Nilou in good but niche. I'll put Nilou in this place. I think Nilou is good, but she's niche. Nilou is the pure definition of like very, very good in her own niche. Like, if Bloom doesn't work, Nilou literally cannot work. Ayato is hard. I don't know about Ayato, chat. I think he's very good in general, but if I put Ayato in very good in general, it means I put Child in very good in general. Do I? Do I put both in the same rank? If you need to define a good unit, Ayato is the good unit. Like, you don't need skill, really, like a lot of skill to play him. He deals good damage. He works in like a lot of different archetypes. Like, he's like the good unit. So I'll put very good, I guess, because he works in like so many teams. And I think I have to put Child here as well, because like Child is very good in general, even though he has like 1 or 2 teams. Like, the problem with Child is that he needs more skill to play than Ayato. Like, you need the right rotation, so you don't end up taking like being like 20 seconds cooldown skill and then be like, oh, what do I do now? Beidou. Do we put Beidou here or very good in general? I would probably put Beidou in very good in general. I feel like you don't really need Beidou. Like, if you just have Beidou but you don't have Fischl or you don't have the other character, like, I would put Beidou in very good in general, I think. She's really, really good, but probably like at the top of good, somewhere like that for a 4-star. Diona. I feel like these days Diona is like can work. Like, her shield is good. She's good in freeze, but other than freeze, like, she doesn't do a whole lot. When you play freeze, either you have Kokomi or you have Mona, and then the other cryo is like a damage dealer cryo. Layla didn't really replace her, I think. I think they're in the same boat pretty much. They work well in freeze. Their shield is good, but that's it. Honestly, that's it. It doesn't mean they're bad, doesn't mean, but they're not broken either. So I would say they're like good. Dehya, oh my beloved. My beloved, I'm sorry. Oh my god, it hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts me, chat, but I have to do it. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. It hurts. Oh, I'll keep it for the end, chat. I can't do it. Venti, chat. Venti. Alright, good but niche. You're not gonna try to convince me. Like, Venti is shit. Unless you can group the enemies. If you can't group the enemies, Venti literally useless, okay? You don't need to pull for Venti if you got Sucrose and you can't group the enemies. In every recent Abyss, if you can't use Venti, like, if you can't group the enemies, you couldn't use Venti. Like, Venti was literally the worst option, the worst an emo option. Even an emo Traveler potentially could have been better. Maybe not, I'm exaggerating, but the only situation where Venti is better is if you can group the enemies, which is 9, 10, 11 in the Abyss, and then for 12, most of the time you can't group them. What about Eula? I think I'd put her in pretty decent. I don't think she's very niche. Like, most Abyss you could use Eula. Most of the time you can use Eula. You can like use her with like a lot of different electro characters, other cryo, other shield. I think I would say pretty decent.
What? What the fuck?
I would say the last 3, I mean the 3 here are not necessarily bad, or like this one is not necessarily better than this one, and this one is not necessarily better than this one. It's just in general like which character you should try to pull. I think Yanfei is a weird one. Maybe like just pretty decent. She's not really bad. She's not really, really good. She's probably just decent, yeah. Yae. I think Yae now is good in most situations, honestly. Like, if you need an electro character, you don't want to play Fischl, she's good, honestly. You can play her with like just mono electro with like Kazuha or stuff like that. You can pretty much slap her in like most teams. She's clunky to play, yes, but she still performs like alright, honestly. And in dendro teams, she slaps. Keqing, pretty decent.
Objection!
Keqing is just as flexible as Yae. I don't think so, because Yae is off field. So she can just be like a sub DPS. You just put her there, you do her skill, and you get some extra damage off field, where Keqing is supposed to be the main DPS. My Keqing team could clear last Abyss for me in 40-45 seconds. I would put her with Yae. I could agree with that, I guess. Let's put Keqing here. I think Keqing's really good nowadays with dendro. Oh, Beidou. Very niche. You only have one team. I mean, you can play all the teams, but it's still very niche. For Traveler, chat, do we agree? Do we agree that only dendro Traveler exists? So this Traveler here These two travelers are Dendro Traveler, okay? So I would say Dendro Traveler pretty decent. Honestly, personally, I would probably put him in good in most situations, but let's say pretty decent. Where do we put Lament? This one is tough. I don't think Xiao is good in most situations, or even very good in general, honestly. Wait, chat. It would be accurate if we put him in I Like to Suffer. It's literally Xiao. Lore accurate Xiao. Maybe we'll change that at the end, but for now I'll put him there. Razor, I Like to Suffer. He's kind of shit. Bro, if you play Razor, he feels so bad to play. Like, you like to suffer. Where do we put Barbara? Very niche. I guess very niche. She only works really in Bloom nowadays. Any other team, there's better option. Maybe very niche. Because she works pretty well in Bloom, but anything else, like you just slap her if you don't have a healer, I guess. In Freeze, she's okay, but kind of hard to play, honestly. Rosaria, chat. Dude, Rosaria is very good, but I'll put her in good in most situations. But I think she's so crazy good. Like, she's the most underrated 4-star in the game. No cap. If Beidou is very good, then so is Rosaria. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I'm putting Rosaria there then. Like, you can play her in Freeze, you can play her in Reverse Smell, you can play her in Fridge. She deals like a ton of damage. She's crazy. She has low cooldown. She has low energy requirement. She's great. She's great. Heizou is kind of weird. I'll put him pretty decent. I don't think he's that great. Like, mine is Crown C6 and I'm struggling. Thoma, very niche, or I Like to Suffer? Very niche. I guess very niche. Jean. I know I always say Jean is like insane, but she's pretty good. Yeah, I'll put her in pretty decent. Okay, chat, we got Bulls. It is Bulls time. I personally find Rosaria better than Bulls. I feel like Bulls, you will have less consolation most likely. Like, your Bulls will stay C0 for a longer time than your Rosaria. I'll put him with Rosaria, chat. I still feel like if I put him somewhere else, then Rosaria, like, the good in most situations doesn't really work for Bulls. Or for, yeah. Mona, I put Mona in very niche, chat. Because she only works for Freeze, but Kokomi is better, or for damage showcase, and that's the only thing. So I put Mona in very niche. Cyno, chat. Okay, Cyno is a hard one. I don't even want to say he's pretty decent, to be fair. If you don't have like the whole package with like insane supports, he feels really bad to play. He's fun, but it feels bad at the same time. It's so weird. Honestly, chat, I'm putting him in Suffer, I swear. I think I'll put Candace in I Like to Suffer. I'm sorry, Candace. I think Wonder pretty decent. I think Lisa very niche. Itto very niche. The problem with Itto is you need like all the 5 stars Geo pretty much. So yes, he's good in his niche, but the problem is that his niche is very small. His niche is very small. There's not a lot of space in his niche. You can only fit Obedo, Zhongli, and Goro in his niche. That's the only thing. Nilou, you can put any Dendro, any Hydro in the team. So she has a lot more options than Itto, in my opinion. Faruzan, good but niche. Ningguang, I Like to Suffer. Ningguang just doesn't feel good. Her normal attacks are too clunky. She has good damage, but she needs a lot of investment. She needs like a lot of good stats, constellation, stuff like that. Like, she's not great. Chongyun, I think, is pretty decent in general. Reverse Melt, he's working pretty good. He's like alright, not insane. Noel, I Like to Suffer. Chi-Chi, I Like to Suffer. Sayu, I Like to Suffer. Ember, oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, why is the I like to suffer tier like so big? Kave! Kave very niche. I don't know if he's even very good in his niche. Beidou, I would say good but niche. At C0, I feel like any other dendro is better than him. Beidou heals well, but in aggravate teams doesn't apply dendro very well. In bloom is okay, but why not use someone else? Or do you need him for bloom team? Not really. So Goro very niche. Sarah, I would say good but niche, because even if you don't have her C6 or play her with Raiden or other Electro, I feel like she's still alright. Like she still does some stuff. Yunjin. How many teams is Yunjin good in? He's good with Ayato, Wonder, and Yoimiya. And it's not even the best option, so I would probably put her in very niche, yeah. It's time, chat. I have to do it. I have to move the Dehya icon. Oh, it hurts me. I'm suffering right now. Put her in cute? I put her in cute for now. Zhongli! Oh my god, dude. What about Zhongli? I think he's good in most situations. If you need a shield, he's a good shield. If you don't have a healer, he's a good shield. He gives a little bit more damage. But he doesn't like, yeah, he doesn't make or break your account pretty much. I'll put him here. Chat, where do we put Shao? Same as Wanderer? Yeah, probably same as Wanderer. Diluc, I like to suffer. Yao Yao, good in most situations. I think Cole is either very niche or I like to suffer. I think I'll put Cole in I like to suffer. She's alright, but C0. If you don't have C6 or even like more than C0, she feels really bad to play, unfortunately. I'd say Yoimiya good but niche. She doesn't have a lot of team options. When she works pretty well. Or maybe pretty decent. She can still work if there's more than one enemy. Sayu, I like to suffer. Dendro Lumine, pretty decent. Kirara is actually like, I'll say pretty decent. Like she's good. Her shield is good. She has alright Dendro app. She's not crazy. I think Yao Yao is better, so probably more versatile and stuff. So I'm not saying Shao deals the same amount of damage as Eula. I'm not saying Yoimiya is the same as Eula or Shao. It's just a tier, okay? Like, yes, Yoimiya is probably worse than Wonder in some situations. Worse than Eula or better than Shao in some situations. Like, if you fight a single target boss, Yoimiya is probably better than Shao, but it doesn't mean she deserves to be in like good in most situations. Like, I mean, yeah, character in the same tiers can be better than each other, but I don't think there's a huge difference between all these characters, to be fair. Like, the pretty decent ones, for example, I don't think there's a huge difference between all those characters. Maybe Jin, Chongyun, a little bit at the bottom of the tier, but I don't really want to rank within the tier. I can't be bothered to do that. Okay, Klee, I like to suffer at. But let's do it like that, and then it's fine. We had enough cuteness for now. I think Beidou is very good in general. Like she just works like, she's a very good unit in general. Like Sucrose is literally like super good. Yes, you need C1, maybe a few comps, but Sucrose is very good. I think Sucrose deserves the top spot. Over the last 2 years, I played so many accounts where Shao was the only DPS, or not the only DPS, but one of the most invested character on the account. It's literally unplayable. Where would Cookie be placed without Dendro? Without Dendro, Cookie would be, I like to suffer, probably. She does nothing other than the hyper bloom. Like, she does nothing, to be fair. Like, you can remove the good in most situations then and do Yao Yao very good, Zhongli pretty decent, but then the pretty decent is like stacked. If I do this, does it look better if I do this? If I remove that one? Very good in general, good but niche, pretty decent. I think that's better actually. I guess Kokomi can be very good in general. Why not? How on earth Sarah is better than Yae? Sarah is not better than Yae, but Sarah is niche. And she's more flexible than the very niche character. I could do it like that then, if you prefer. I could do good then. Not pretty decent, because pretty decent sounds bad. Good. Good but niche. Very niche. And Heizou is good though, like... I feel like he's still good, but... Maybe good but niche then. If you have Sucrose, you don't want to play Heizou. And if you play Heizou in any other team, it's what? It's just like... Bennett, Faruzan, and that's it. Cookie and Bennett are not same level. They are. They are at the moment, Maddie. I mean... Of course, Bennett, you could argue Bennett is better, but Cookie is literally like, it's literally the only Hyper Bloom option other than Raiden. So for a Hyper Bloom team, Cookie is the equivalent of Bennett, literally. Shouldn't Zhongli be besides Kokomi? No, Zhongli is not very good in general, unfortunately. I'm a Zhongli main. It was my first C6 character. He's my favorite character in the game, but he's not very good in general. He's good. Like he does what he does. He's the best shield in the game, but we don't need the best shield in the game. So like he's okay. He gives a bit more damage, but it's all right. I think you should move Xiao to good but niche. He has only one team. Yeah, maybe. Do I put Eula and Xiao in good but niche then? I don't know. Maybe. I guess so. Once again, good and good but niche doesn't mean the characters in good are better than the characters in good but niche. It just means they have more team options. What do I say, chat? Now fight. Alright, chat. It was nice knowing you. I'm getting cancelled. Alright.